are. We went down yesterday and checked out the area that we're going to. It's about 40 miles away. And explored several areas. We found a number of sites that looked like they would be okay. There were some little rough roads to get in there in spots. So I think we're going to try, is it Sheep something road?
Sheep Bridge Road.
Sheep Bridge Road. There's a number of sites along there. We're hoping because it's Sunday today that a lot of the spots, or some of the spots, will have cleared out, so that we'll have a few more options. So a little nervous about it. First time we've tried doing anything like this, and knowing that there are some road conditions we have to watch out for. So we'll see how it goes.
The benefit of boondocking is that
It's free.
well, that's a big one. Yeah, it's free. You can sit there and for 14 days. Not only that, but you're out. It's called dispersed camping for a reason. And so, depending on where you go, you can be within sight or even kind of close to other campers, but you're not like you are in an RV resort where you're right next door and you look out your window into theirs. And oftentimes they're just the most beautiful spots, which the one yesterday was. So we're excited, but we're also, well, I'm not nervous because you can figure anything out.
Yeah, we hope.
How'd you sleep?
I didn't sleep very good last night. Hopefully the next piece of video isn't us getting pulled up by a big truck.
Or trying to undo a dent or change a tire in the mud.
Exactly.
Here's hoping. So here we are on Sheep's Bridge Road. I'm going to turn this camera around a minute, but we're making it happen. How are you feeling?
Still a little nervous.
All right. I'm going to flip this around so you can kind of see where we're headed. We're going to go down this. This road is not bad because it's maintained, didn't you say?
The sign says that this particular section isn't, but it's in pretty decent condition.
Yeah, much better than some of the ones we were on yesterday. They were really rutted and muddy. So here's a potential site here. It's along this road. And we're thinking we'd have to back in here. It's pretty uneven, which makes it difficult. You know what? I wonder if that one wouldn't be easier to get into.
Right down here?
Yeah. It is a lovely Monday morning after our first night of boondocking, which was
Wonderful.
Great, really great. And we are headed to Zion, and we don't really know what we're all going to do there. We've heard that you have to take a shuttle in. You can't just drive in, although there's apparently places you can drive to too.
There's part of the park you can drive in. You can go in whichever entrance we're going in, and then you can drive out I think it's the east entrance.
Okay.
Which I think sounds like it's a really nice drive. You go through some tunnels and things like that. We're entering the Zion Wilderness. So we're on the East Rim Trail. It's by the east entrance of Zion.
Thus the name East
Yep.
Rim Trail.
So there's a lot more popular trails here, like Angel's Landing and others like the Narrows. But as you can see behind us, and if you look the same, look ahead of us as well, we're the only ones here. And it's beautiful, beautiful scenery.
It is. just an amazing view. What you see down there, these are the cars coming in to the place the cars can drive in Zion. And if you follow the trail up all the way around, you see them starting to stop up there because that's the tunnel there, and they were stopping traffic, I guess, because it was busy. But tell our viewers what we're doing.
We're hiking in Zion National Park.
And what trail?
These are the Emerald Pool trails.
Uh-huh.
There's a lower, upper, and middle trails. Looks like it's probably a couple miles around.
Uh-huh.
So we came in after work. After I was done at 3, we drove into Zion, rode the shuttle bus down, and we're getting in a little evening walk.
Yeah.
Like we normally would at home through our neighborhood. That is, we don't have the neighborhood. We got a whole beautiful place to go.
Much better.
Yeah, much better. Well,
We're doing it.
we're at Zion National Park. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. We got up before the sun was up. We're on the trail to Angel's Landing, which is up here someplace. We're not exactly sure where. And I guess the goal is to make it to the top, but we'll just see. It's a little breezy this morning. It wasn't supposed to be breezy. It's supposed to warm up to about 72 degrees today, I think, but it's only about 50 right now, so it's a little chill.
So hopefully by the time you see us again, we'll have a lot less clothes on.
Yeah.
But still decent.
Yes, exactly.
All right, we're gonna do it.
We'll do it.
Have it. Okay. I was gonna wait till we stop breathing hard, but
That might never happen.
that might never happen. But I do want to show you why we're breathing so hard. I think we've earned it.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's why we're huffing and puffing. This is the walk we took. Show them the switchbacks.
You can see down here the trail goes back and forth up here and up around to where we
Show 'em
are.
all the way down to the valley.
And the trail goes up that way and someplace over the top.
I have to tell you, I'm a little jittery just standing here.
Yeah.
It's an incredible hike in that it's freaking steep,
Yeah.
and I had a hard time breathing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you Angel's Landing. That is Angel's Landing.
All the way up
Yeah, all the way up.
to the top up there.
It's unbelievable. I am opting out of that because I've been a little dizzy just because the air is so thin up here. And Tom's debating. So, Mr. Schindel,
Yeah, we'll see. We got to think about it a few more minutes here.
yeah, gather your breath and your guts.
Yeah.
See if you can find them. Well, it's super bright out here, but it's an accomplishment. I feel really accomplished, but boy, I don't feel any compunction to go over there and in the crowds and try to crawl all the way to the top. I'm going to show you how far we've climbed. Tom, can you shoot the road down there? We climbed up from that level down there where the road is. Okay, way over there somewhere, Tom is at the very start of that peak up to Angel's Landing. I am not going. I'm just going to watch him. And I hope he enjoys it. It scares the crap out of me.
Well, I'm back from the hike up to Angel's Landing. That was
Oh,
it was
man.
pretty incredible and pretty scary.
You gonna tell the truth?
What? Well,
so how far did you make it, Tom?
I made it a ways. There's several sets of chains to start off with, and I made it up past those.
From what I understand, it's about a half a mile. How far would you say?
It's maybe, I didn't maybe make it quite that far. If you look, you can see it's hard because we're going into the sun, but
Right.
the point is way out here.
Yeah?
I think I made it to like right up in,
Yeah.
like here.
Right. That's what I thought. Well, I watched him, and I have to say I was back here on the cliff and I watched him, and it was so, first of all, it was crowded, and people were hanging out of the chains and sliding on their butts and stuff like that, and I just was sitting back there praying that he would turn around. I'm really glad you did. It scared me.
I just got to this place a number of years ago where, you know, when I look at something and say, well, that could be really easy just to run right across that. But I always take a second check, because if there's a 1,000-foot drop on the side of that, and one mistake could do you in. I've just kind of gotten to this place where I don't do those things anymore so much. So.
And I love that about you, because you live longer. Yeah, I'm not into scaring myself for fun.
Yeah.
So, which is also why we turned around on Hell's Revenge.
Yeah, exactly. Despite doing that once before. So.
Right. So it's still an adventure.
Yeah, it is. And the view from here is absolutely incredible.
It is. You should try to get these little squirrels. They're all waiting for me to drop some kind of snack.
Speaking of snacks, we should have some lunch.
Let's have some lunch. Yeah. It's only 9:30 though.
Oh, is it really?
Yes. So we are in Sanawaba Temple.
Sinawaba?
Look at you.
I might not be right.
I think it's right. Sanawaba Temple, and the last stop on the shuttle in Zion, and we're doing the river walk because we just kicked butt on Angel's Landing.
And that wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough, so we have to go further, but thankfully it's flat. But look how pretty it is.
So one of the things that we heard while we were walking in here is one of the rangers said to take the trails along the river, which is what we're doing. If you
show them what everybody else
If you
is
look
doing.
over that way, there's a trail over there.
It's more like a paved walk.
Paved walk, and
this
there's
is beautiful.
tons of people walking over there,
And there's nobody over here.
and there's like nobody. So we've got it just about all to ourselves.
And we're loving it.
Yeah.
And it's
You can see the fabulous view I had from my office. We're in a relatively, or what at least feels like a fairly remote location, yet our Wi-Fi connection has been quite good. So that's been really, really nice to have. We've needed to manage water and things like that while we're here, so that has actually gone quite well as well. This is our panel here that tells us where everything is at. You can see our fresh water is still at 1/3 of a tank. Black water is filled 1/3, gray 1 is 1/3, and gray 2 is 2/3. So that's gone really well. I'm pretty sure we could stay here a couple more days if we needed to. We'll just step outside and just kind of do a quick walk around the camper, just as basically a summary of how we kind of got in here. You can see we've got our wheel chucks under this side. Those are rubber wheel chucks, which is really good. We looked at plastic ones and decided to go with rubber. Rubber was good because we actually backed over one at our last campsite and it just kind of folded over and didn't break. So that was a really good thing. We'll walk around to the other side over here and show you what we've got going here. You can see under the front, we've got these Lynx blocks, I guess they're called. Basically, they lift the feet up higher off the ground because of this campsite slopes, has a pretty good slope towards the front. A couple other things here. We've got the leveler wedges here, I guess. I'm not sure what the right name for those is, but you can see it's a big moon-shaped wedge. You just put the point underneath the front of the wheel and you drive up on that, and that basically just lifts that wheel up off the ground a little higher on this side because this side's lower than the other side. We want to do that just so that we don't lift the wheels up off the ground and have them hanging there when we're when we're parked here, because the suspension can flip over and some bad things can happen with that. One of the things that we've just loved about this site is it's so spacious and it's just so quiet. We get an occasional car going by, but other than that, it's just super quiet. One of the things that we have had to do, because we are disconnected here, is we've had to run the generator. So let's just take a quick look at that. Want to hold that? So we've got the generator here. I've got it filled with gas.
I'll hold it. I want you to be able to talk.
So yeah, that's the generator. That basically, we run that for a couple hours a day, and that will charge up our batteries. And did I mention how nice and quiet it is around here? We really love that about this site. Just that it's so quiet and peaceful. Well, except for the couple of hours we have to run the generator. But other than that, it's really been a fantastic site here.
We just finished our first week of boondocking.
Yep.
We talked a little bit about it.
Pulling out tomorrow.
Yep, we talked about kind of what we had to do here to set up.
Yep.
We've shown lots of this scenery behind us, and so we've successfully got a week of boondocking under our belt.
Yep, we do.
Glad you agree.
Yes, it wasn't too difficult. We just had to manage the water a little bit, take sailor showers.
Which is what he showed you earlier with the tanks.
All the tanks.
The fact that the tanks are only 2/3 full.
Well, 1/3 for the shower tank, so that's really good.
Yeah.
We still have plenty of water left, so we could have easily gone
longer.
You know, maybe 10 days, maybe. Yep. I don't know. A couple, 3 more days I don't think would have been a challenge.
But tomorrow we're headed out.
Yep.
And our destination is a place called Page, Arizona. And Page is on the border of Utah and Arizona, on Lake Powell.
Yeah, we've looked for some more kind of dispersed camping down there. There's a kind of I think they call it a recreation area that's basically right on Lake Page. It's
Lake Powell.
Lake Powell, yeah. So we're gonna go down there and check that out and see if we can't make another week of this.
So we don't know all the stuff that we're gonna do there, but we're just gonna play it by ear and see what we have to do there, and hang out. And of course, Tom has to work a couple days, 3 days during that week anyway.
Yep.
So we'll figure it out like we do, and we'll let you know how it goes.